Have you ever faced something or someone that felt just too big to handle? Maybe a situation that made you feel small, scared, or totally unprepared? Well, you're not alone. Today, we're diving into the incredible story of a young shepherd boy who faced a giant, literally, and his decision would change the course of history. This is the story of David and Goliath, a tale of courage, faith, and what happens when you trust in something bigger than yourself. Let's begin. The story takes place in ancient Israel during a time of war. The Israelites were facing off against the Philistines, but instead of a full battle, the Philistines had a terrifying offer. Choose a man to come down to me. If he can fight and kill me, we will become your subjects. But if I overcome him and kill him, you will become our subjects and serve us. 1 Samuel 17:8-9. That challenge came from Goliath, a literal giant, over 9 feet tall, covered in bronze armor, with a spear like a weaver's beam. For 40 days, Goliath stood in the valley of Elah, mocking Israel, shouting insults and daring anyone to come fight him, but no one did. Not one soldier, not even King Saul. They were all terrified. On hearing the Philistines' words, Saul and all the Israelites were dismayed and terrified. 1 Samuel 17:11. Now entered David, not a soldier, not a warrior, but a young shepherd boy. He was the youngest of 8 brothers. While his older brothers were off at war, David was back home tending sheep. One day, his father Jesse asked him to bring food to his brothers on the battlefield. David obeyed, but when he arrived and heard Goliath's insults, something inside him stirred. He saw the fear in everyone's eyes, and he couldn't believe it. Who is this uncircumcised Philistine, that he should defy the armies of the living God? Samuel 17:26. People laughed. His own brothers accused him of being arrogant, but David wasn't trying to prove anything. He just truly believed, that God was bigger than Goliath. While everyone else was frozen in fear, David stepped forward. He went to King Saul and said, "Let no one lose heart on account of this Philistine. Your servant will go and fight him." 1 Samuel 17:32. Imagine Saul's reaction. A shepherd boy against a warrior. But David shared his story. He told the king how, as a shepherd, he had fought off lions and bears to protect his sheep. And he said, "The Lord who rescued me from the paw of the lion and the paw of the bear will rescue me from the hand of this Philistine." 1 Samuel 17:37. Saul reluctantly agreed. He tried to give David his royal armor, but it was too big, too heavy. David took it off. Instead, he picked up 5 smooth stones from a stream, grabbed his sling, and walked out to face the giant. Picture it. The entire Philistine army watching, the Israelite soldiers holding their breath, and David, just a boy, with no sword, no shield, no armor. As he approached, Goliath laughed. "Am I a dog that you come at me with sticks? Come here," he roared, "and I'll give your flesh to the birds and the wild animals." 1 Samuel 17:43-44. But David didn't back down. He shouted back, "You come against me with sword and spear and javelin, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty. This day the Lord will deliver you into my hands, and the whole world will know that there is a God in Israel." 1 Samuel 17:45-46. Then David ran toward Goliath. He pulled out a stone, slung it, and let it fly. The stone hit Goliath right in the forehead. The stone sank into his forehead, and he fell face down on the ground. 1 Samuel 17:49. Just like that, the giant was down. With no sword in his hand, David stood victorious. When the Philistines saw their champion fall, they ran. The Israelites chased them down and won the battle. David became a hero, but it wasn't about fame or pride. It was about faith. He believed that God was greater than any giant. So what can we learn from David's decision to fight Goliath? Here are 3 powerful takeaways. Courage isn't about size. David wasn't the biggest or the strongest. But courage isn't about muscle. It's about heart. The Lord does not look at the things people look at. The Lord looks at the heart. 1 Samuel 16:72. Faith defeats. Fear. David trusted in God more than he feared Goliath. When you face your own giants, fear, failure, rejection, remember that faith can overpower them. With God, all things are possible. Matthew 19:263. Your story matters. David was just a shepherd, but God used his ordinary life for something extraordinary. Whatever you're doing today, working hard, caring for your family, serving others, it matters. God can use your story too. The story of David and Goliath isn't just about a boy defeating a giant. It's about what happens when someone chooses faith over fear, when they step forward instead of standing back, and when they believe that no battle is too big when God is on their side. So the next time you feel small in a big situation, remember, David didn't win because he was special. He won because he trusted the one who is. Thanks for watching. If you found this story inspiring, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more powerful stories from the Bible, retold in a way that speaks to your heart. Until next time, face your giants with faith.